Hey ladies and gentlemen, Stephen here from Redolessence and welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it and I hope that this video finds you well. Today, unfortunately, we're going to be doing another real versus fake video. And I say unfortunately because as I make more and more of these videos, I discover that more and more brands are being counterfeited and duped on the market. And today's brand that we're going to be talking about, unfortunately, is Nihilo. I'm excited to tell you more so that I can help you avoid purchasing a counterfeit in the future. So make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I show you this comparison and this up close side by side of a real versus fake Nihilo fragrance, I do want to mention that if you find content like this helpful, if you think that this video is going to help you or assist you in making a future purchase in any way, or if you just like fragrance related content here on YouTube, I would really appreciate it if you would consider supporting this channel by subscribing to it. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner. And of course, while you're at it, please be sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. This way, whenever I do put out these videos, they will get delivered straight to your feed. You never need to worry about missing any of my future uploads. So I was actually contacted by one of my subscribers. His name is Emmanuel, so shout out to you, my friend. He and I have corresponded quite a bit over the past few years on Facebook Messenger, and he told me that he got his hands on a counterfeit and an inauthentic Nihilo product, and he wanted to know if he could send it to me free of charge so that I can do one of these videos on my channel. And so this is the one that I personally own. This is mine. This is Devil Tundra, and I purchased this from Saks Fifth Avenue in New York City, which is an authorized retailer. And I know this goes for $225 if I'm not mistaken. So of course, when you're dealing with niche fragrances with a really high price tag, it really comes as no surprise that there are people out there that would want to make counterfeit articles to sort of sell in place of the real thing so that they can make a quick buck as well. And it's really unfortunate that my friend ended up purchasing a fake Citizen X. And this is a counterfeit. I'm going to be showing you the comparison up close in just a little bit. But he said that he was able to tell by smelling it just first spray, and he ain't lying. You can tell right away that this is not a genuine article. This is not the real deal. Whereas with the real deal, it comes across smelling very natural and organic, complex, long-lasting. And this one, well, I'm going to save it for a little bit later on in the video. So I do want to show you an up close so you know exactly what I'm talking about, what to look out for, what specific little minutia and little details should you keep your eye on when it comes to authenticating an Nihilo product. So let's go ahead and check it out now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the comparison of the real and the fake up close, so you know pretty much what you should be on the lookout for. Upon first glance, looks really good. You have the real here. They both have that reflective appearance in this portion of the X, the N, the E, and so on and so forth. And it looks pretty good. As far as the sleeve is concerned, of course, there is a little bit of natural wear and tear to my real box, but other than that, it looks pretty good. I think as far as the sleeve is concerned, the one dead giveaway is when you take a look at the crest up on the top. The quality of the printing is almost identical. They're both really good, but you can actually feel the texture on the real one, whereas this one is smooth. So the fake one is smooth. You can feel the texture on the real one, almost as if it were pressed on there, whereas this one was just printed directly on there. So please take note of that. This was the first distinguishing characteristic, pardon me, that really showed me that there is a difference between the stamp or the crest up here on the top of the sleeve. Now, as far as the back of the sleeve is concerned, they're pretty similar in the case of the positioning of certain text. Of course, the maiden information, the website, the size, the name, the stamp or the brand logo, so on and so forth. The only difference that I saw is where the serial number is located. On the genuine article here to my left, it's located right on the center, whereas on the fake one, it's located directly above the UPC, which could also be a thing that the brand has done in some of their more recent fragrances, but that's pretty much the only thing that I was able to spot, with the exception that it looks like the text is a little bit different here. This one is in bold as opposed to this one, which is not in bold, but I don't think that makes too much of a difference. So now there also isn't much of a comparison here. On the real one, it came in this foam box. Let me go ahead and open it up so you can see what I'm talking about. Right? And you see the silhouette of the bottle resting in there. And it closes up very nicely. And again, it's a foam box as opposed to the fake, which is just a regular sort of cardboard box. So the inside of the box is also pretty plain for the fake one, but there was this plastic piece to sort of hold the bottle in there so it doesn't rattle around much. I don't think that's found in the real presentation. I don't know if all of their presentations are foam, but I can show you that the real one here is foam, and the fake one, I mean, yeah, kind of has like this plastic piece on the inside. Now, as far as the bottles are concerned, they're both about the same weight, so there's no complaint there. It looks like the gold printing here is done much better, and the plaque here on the front, you can actually feel the texture on it on the real one, whereas the fake one is printed directly on there. You should actually be able to feel the gaps in between here, and you don't feel that. This is all level, it's all smooth. And let me see if I can show it to you really up close. It's probably the best that I'm gonna do, but you can tell it protrudes a little bit, whereas on the fake one, it doesn't. It's all smooth and flush, and then on the real one, it actually protrudes. So that's a dead giveaway in and of itself. They didn't go the extra mile to make sure that they mimic that to a high extent. So the cap for the fake one is really cheap, has no weight to it whatsoever, and it's completely plastic. And the distribution on the atomizer, it's very, very narrow. You can tell sometimes it even squirts. Now the real cap, of course, is not plastic. It's made out of metal, and it has a nice bit of weight to it. Not as heavy as a Parfum de Marly cap or anything like that, but you can tell there's a big difference there. And the distribution on the atomizer for the real one is nice and wide, and you can see that it has a pressurized atomizer, so you can control how much you want to spray. So as you can tell, the real one has the serial number printed on the bottom of the bottle. The fake one does not. And even the sticker on the fake one is stuck on there at an angle, whereas the real one, it's stuck on there nice and straight. And it's also worth showing and mentioning that if you look through the bottle on the real one, you can actually see the 4 points of contact where that front piece is stuck on there, whereas on the fake one, it's just printed on there, so there are no points of contact. So now let's talk a little bit about the smell. So at least you had a chance to take a look at all the little differences in the minutia up close, so this way you can prevent yourself from being scammed, and like I say, forewarned is forearmed, and as long as you know what to look out for, now you know that ex nihilo products are being counterfeited. Of course, this is the fate of any successful niche brand. You know that there are fake Creeds, fake Tom Fords, fake Amouages. As long as you make it to a certain level of success in the industry, there are going to be people out there who want to ride your coattails in some way, and they do want to create a counterfeit to try to get one over on unsuspecting consumers, and it's quite unfortunate. But anyway, I do dislike the deceptive practices of these brands that are, you know, actively trying to trick you. But anyway, let's talk about the smell. So here we have Devil Tundra, and I know that they're not the same fragrance, so obviously I'm not going to be doing a comparison of the two scents, but I just want to talk about the quality. Now, as soon as I sprayed this about 20 minutes ago, prior to me shooting this video, it's actually my second time shooting this video, there was a slight interruption outside, I'm still able to smell this quite pronounced and quite loudly off the test strip. So this is a rose-based fragrance. It has the rose, the pink pepper, it has a little bit of heliotrope in there as well, which is a floral ingredient that kind of gives off an almondy vibe, but I get most of that spicy rose. So you have the pink pepper, you have that natural and organic rose, and it's just wafting off this test strip quite beautifully, and I really enjoy the way that it smells, and I do find it to be a fantastic rose fragrance. In the case of this counterfeit Citizen X, yeah, the smell is really nondescript. There isn't much to it. It doesn't perform well. It's not complex. It's not captivating. And I can tell as soon as I sprayed it. So I actually want to share a story with you. I acquired this fragrance about a month ago, and I had my friend Carlos visit me about a month ago, and he smelled this fragrance and he thought that I just bought it off somebody or I swapped or something like that. And he goes, "This doesn't smell very good." And I'm like, "Oh, what do you think about it? Why doesn't it smell good?" He goes, "I'm not sure what I'm getting, and it doesn't seem like it would last a long time. And you know, that was his first time smelling it. And then after about 5 minutes of interrogating him, I was like, yeah, because it's not real. He goes, oh, that explains it. But you can tell with the details, they really did their best to try to make it as real as possible. But the proof is in the pudding. And in this case, the proof is the liquid inside the bottle. It doesn't smell good. It doesn't last a long time, I would imagine. I have not sprayed it on skin, but just off that test strip, it doesn't last a long time. And it's supposed to be a pineapple dominant scent, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, you don't get that. You know, it's interesting. I read the note breakdown and I don't get any of what I smell in the note breakdown. So please be careful out there. Be leery of these counterfeit products that are circulating, and just know that this is another brand that is being counterfeited. So now that you know, I'm really hoping that this video can help somebody in the future. And of course, if you have any stories to share, I would love to hear them. Leave a comment down below. And thank you once again, Emmanuel, for sending me this bottle free of charge so that I can do this video on my channel and possibly help some people in the future when it comes to them making an educated and informed purchasing decision. I also want to mention that Emmanuel did manage to get his money back. He disputed the charge and he got his money back, but I'm sure it's another laborious and tedious process that people don't want to go through, contacting your bank and blah blah blah, and you know how that goes. So thanks again so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you took something of value from this video, if this video was helpful to you in any way, please support this channel by subscribing to it. It would mean a lot to me. All you have to do is click on that red button in the corner, and of course, once again, while you're at it, make sure to enable notifications by clicking on the bell. Thanks again. I love you all. We'll see you next time. Bye.